So guys, welcome back again to my life. So today the main issue we have today is actually um the case of Nnamdi Kanu and the government. How the government are still holding Nnamdi Kanu in custody. It's causing more harm than good in southeast. But before we get to that, let's just look at this heading. I said that flood claims 29 lives in Kebbi State, destroys large farmlands of rice, maize amid fear of food crisis. So we are in the area where we are suspecting that we might be having or where food crisis is coming. But yet our governments are busy spending money on irrelevant things. You'll be shocked to see these headlines. Let me see if I can display it for you guys to just see. And be shocked to see the kind of government we have in Nigeria. That one is still loading. It's still loading. You'll be amazed. You'll be so surprised. Okay, here it is. That our government, I can have show that Nigeria Federal Ministry of Justice spent 403 million in one day to renovate toilets. So our government are spending this so amount of money, whereas there are needs. The main issue we have in Nigeria right now is the issue of flood, but the government are not doing anything to address that issue. Every state is expressing flood, and that is the major crisis we're having now. And that's when we need our government to be putting money and the energy to. But no, they chose to be renovating toilets. When I mean toilets. I do not say house. Toilet. They are spending this amount of money to renovate toilets. And there have been a lot of expenses our government have done, which I'll be explaining them this night for you guys to see the kind of leaders we have in Nigeria, to see the kind of persons that we elected or we are rigged in to lead us as a nation. And coming, you'll be shocked to see those how this government are spending our scarce resource. But right now, Nigeria have limited resources. We need funds right now, but the government are busy spending that out. So review of the public payment portal, that is the gospel, have shown that the Nigeria Federal Ministry of Justice under the Attorney General Lateef Fagbemi has spent 400 million naira on renovating toilets in one day. One day, they spend the amount of money, but from days now, for weeks now, we hearing the case of flood, but the government have not even come out for one day to address that. The only thing that they've done is to give trucks of rice to those victims. Can you imagine how incompetent and wicked our government could be? That all they could think of is to donate truck of rice, but they can spend millions of naira in renovating toilets. It's only people that have conscience, people like P2B, that went ahead, Dangote, that donated money in the issue of Maiduguri flood. But that was the massive. That was massive. So some persons, or I say the government, felt so reluctant about the flood issue that the only thing they could give was trucks of rice. They tell me how will rice help to solve the issue they have in Nigeria. But let me keep on reading the how the government spend their money. So on June 27th, the sum of 158 million was paid for the renovation of toilets in the Federal Ministry of Justice headquarters. On the same June 27th, the sum of 245 million was paid to Optional Concert Limited for the renovation of toilets. So in one day, they were all spending money just to renovate toilet. Toilet is oh God of mercy. We are in we are in trouble in this country. So the starting amount of 403 million was paid to toilet, and it could have been used to renovate 6.1 to renovate 66 blocks of three classrooms each. That money they used to spend on toilet, they would have used to repair our schools because we have a lot of underdeveloped schools in Nigeria. Go to northern side. I don't think there's any good schools in northern side. There is no developed schools in northern side. The whole schools there needs renovation, but the government will not do that one. No. They will be busy spending money on toilets. That one is even shocking me. Toilets. This money they use now could have been used to renovate at least 66 blocks of three classrooms each at a cost of 6.1 million per block. Alternatively, they could have used it to also construct 51 solar powered boreholes. 51 solar boreholes, considering each to require an investment of 7.8 million each. 51 boreholes. 51 boreholes. That is what our government could have used that money to achieve. But no, they chose to achieve it on renovating toilet. Toilet for who to use? What is there toilet? Even not to renovate it, must they use that amount of money? Must they use that amount of money to renovate toilets? It's outrageous now, because there is no way you will tell me that in a country like Nigeria that is suffering hunger and hardship, but our country, our government can go ahead to renovating toilets. Toilet for who to use? That one is paining me, because we have schools in the north that need to be renovated. We have schools in the north that need the government intervention. We have schools in the north that is undeveloped. We have schools in the north where students are sitting on the floor to learn. That's what our government could have used our money and do and achieve, not just spending it on toilets. You'll be also shocked that our government has spent 9.2 billion in 2 days, in 2 months, on motor vehicles. They spent 9.2 billion on vehicles in just 2 months. The same government have spent 1.9 billion on to purchase motor vehicles. They are just spending money on relevant things, buying things for politicians that are not working. The same Nigeria is the same country where the first lady was honoring or was saying that she wants to invest in a foreign country to help them develop their health care. But here in Nigeria, we don't have any good hospital now with good facilities. If we have good hospitals, why are our leaders traveling outside the country to get themselves treated? Why are our leaders traveling outside the country to get medical checkups? If we have good government in Nigeria or good hospitals in Nigeria, our government don't have any business outside. They don't have any single business outside to go and be treating themselves. If truly we have good facilities here in Nigeria, it's because we don't have any good hospitals in Nigeria. That's why they are going outside. But our first lady can boldly bring out millions of naira to donate for another country to help them renovate their own hospital, make it make sense. In the country where we are facing hunger and hardship, the first lady, or let's say the first lady, is unveiling fabrics to be worn on October 1st. Then they're not asking her, what are we celebrating? Is it the hunger, the anger, the unemployment, or the food scarcity, or is it the fuel hike that we're enjoying in the container that we are? There's nothing to celebrate on that 1st of October. Nothing is there to celebrate on 1st of October. That's why they fixed that protest. And I'm saying that protest will be massive. And to the shocking news of it, 30 senior lecturers resigned from Bauchi University. 30. And this is because of poor working conditions and also unpaid salaries. The government are owing workers for months, but they are busy spending money on toilets. They are busy spending 403 million in one day to renovate toilets, whereas there are people that are meant to be paid. Corpers are being owed their August salary. Workers in the state, they are protesting that they are not being paid for their August allowance. But the same government are spending this kind of money on irrelevant things. In the time like this now, where we are hungry and tired, the government has have the mind to buy a private jet worth billions of naira for the president of this country. And the status could say is that the life of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is far more better than the life of every single Nigerian. Make it make sense. So in this same Nigeria, armies are leaving Nigerian army to go and join foreign armies because of lack of good maintenance. They say that the government is not, or the government are not treating them very well. That's the main reasons why they are leaving Nigeria army to go and join a foreign country's army. Now, our lecturers are now resigning from being a lecturer because of unpaid salaries and poor working conditions. Go to our federal universities, you will see that they need renovations, they need facilities, they need the government to come and intervene in their lives because they need renovation. Go to the north, many schools there need renovation. Go to the north now, pupils are sitting on the floor to learn. But here we have our government spending 400 million in one day just to renovate toilets, whereas there are schools meant to be renovated with those money. And now flood is taking over Nigeria. Flood have killed lots of persons in Nigeria and rendered some persons homeless. So flood claims 29 lives in Kebbi State, destroys large farmlands of rice amid fear of food crisis. Because the level we are going in Nigeria, food crisis is coming, where people will not even see food to buy, where your money will be so worthless that you cannot see food again to buy. Because let's take a look about this flood that is busy taking and wiping away our farmlands. So the bandits in the north taking over farmlands. Some bandits in the north now have turned the farmers to slaves, where farmers are now working for them. Farmers will go to their own farmland, cultivate the crops, and then give it to bandits because they will threaten you that if you don't give them, they will buy you. And now we are getting the reports that government are trying to kidnap NYSC members in the southeast as a bait to trigger the government to release Nnamdi Kanu. But my own advice to them is that they should not embark on that journey because if they kidnap the whole corpers in Southeast, the government will not do anything because the government don't care about anybody in Nigeria. The government don't even care about the corpers. If they have cared, why are they finding it difficult to increase their allowance to 77,000 naira as they proposed, which they lied because now they are still paying them 30,000 naira and they are still owing some people their August allowance. So them now going over to kidnap or to adopt corpers just to put a threat on the government will not work. And I keep asking, why is the government still holding Nnamdi Kanu after Supreme Court have built him, after Supreme Court have said that he is not guilty, but Nigeria government have sworn that they must keep him in custody. And to be told, Nnamdi Kanu being in custody is causing more harm than good in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu being in custody is causing more harm than good here in Nigeria. And I think that's why Southeast is very, very insecure. Bandits are taking over the state because Nnamdi Kanu is still in custody. And today again, I got a news that the DSS stopped the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu from meeting him, so that from now on forth, there will be no decision to Nnamdi Kanu. You can imagine the level where we are. And these same governments are aware of Mate Allah. I don't know if you know about Mate Allah. Mate Allah is a man that has been known for terrorism in Nigeria. They have killed so many lives in Nigeria. But the government have turned blind eyes. The government have turned blind eyes where they are. The government have left them to walk on the street, but thereby they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu, who have been set free by the court, in custody. The same government are here to arrest the former governor of Kogi State, who have been accused of stealing public funds. But they will go ahead to be arresting youth that are doing well for themselves. Once our government see that this person is doing well as a youth, they will tell me you're a scammer and they arrest you without evidence. But here we are, releasing Nnamdi Kanu so that the Southeast will be safe again. Southeast is no longer safe. People are scared of traveling. People are taking their businesses out of Southeast because it's no longer secured. It's insecure. That to the extent that our government can boldly, the most important part of it, that our government can boldly spend this amount of money on toilets. But here are some lecturers that are resigning because they are not paying their salaries. And the ASUS people have given the government 14 days actually to pay up or meet up their demands. That if they fail to do that, that the only option is ASUS strike. That means that strike is coming. But my own issue now is that the government don't still care. For the government to feel reluctant that after a whole 10 days protest that happened in August, the government did not come out to address even one of the demands. Yet they went ahead to increase fuel price. They went ahead to do as they wish, thereby saying that Nigerians should go and do their work, that they don't care about what they're saying. That's what they meant. There's no way we report for a whole 10 days about fuel price. The government went ahead to increase fuel price, saying that if we want a good life in Nigeria, we should adapt to the hike in fuel price. Could you imagine that? That was what Tinubu came out to tell us. And then that time during the protest, Tinubu came out on Sunday to say that we should give him time. A whole 1 year, there's nothing, not single one thing you can say that this government have done for Nigerians. It's only making things more harder and harder. And they are busy inflicting pains on Nigerians. People are not killing themselves to survive. I saw a video that a friend went to a friend and then asked him to give him a loan of 500K, which after that the guy now went ahead to kill the person that gave the loan so that he won't pay back. That's the level where we are. And I also saw a tweet where a father killed his son because the son ate the food that was meant to be in the house. That's the level where we are in our country. Hunger have taken over this country. Hunger have taken over us in this country. And that's the plan of this government to inflict us with hunger, and then they can do what they want to do. It doesn't make sense that in a country like Nigeria that have been so blessed with resources, the only issue we are having is bad government. Because this government have so much done bad things to us. We have suffered in our government though. This government have showed us shaky. Because it's annoying that 30 senior lecturers are resigning. Then I ask a simple question: who and who will I start teaching them? Is it all the junior lecturers that are still learning work? Is it because for senior lecturers to resign, that means others will also have to resign, thereby making our education system in Nigeria more useless. Because now our system of education is so baseless that I don't even see a need why people are going to school any longer. Because you spend 4 good years, 5 good years, 5 good years to go to school to study, and then you come out to looking for a job, and then asking an illiterate for job. Whereas how you want to be that after you've gone to school for 4 years and you come back, the government should have at least provided jobs for the Nigerians, but it's not the case of Nigeria. You finish 4 years in school, 5 years in school, 6 years in school, 7 years in school, and then comes out and start looking for a job. Some persons comes out from 4 years, 5 years in school, and then they will start their life afresh because you start looking for what to do. Then some persons choose not to go to school and then use that same years to acquire skills and knowledge, and at the end become successful. But I think the main reason of going to school is to be highlighted and also to be successful. But you see that what successful is far from our school system. You go to school, finish, come out as no single job, and now again you don't choose to go and serve your country. Now government are now targeting the corpers as bait to fight this government. Or more, the country has scattered. If you can run away, if you can do that, run away. And that's why there's protest this upcoming October 1st. That is the day we are meant to celebrate Nigerian independence. They say that that day is protest because Nigerian government have given us nothing to actually celebrate about. So that's why they say that next month is protest, and it's going to be massive because Sowore, as we all know, is the leader, have gone around the state to tell people that protest will happen. Come out 1st of October and protest. So I'll see you guys in my next live.